Hey guys, this is Rich Sifu here again with another flashlight review. And this one we're going to go over the SKYRAY XML-T6 flashlight. Now, I've used this flashlight in a number of videos as one of my comparison flashlights, but I never actually did a review on this light itself. So, here it is. It's gunmetal blue, which is really nice. I really like the coloring on this light. The design is also very good. Again, it's got the glass lens with the aluminum smooth reflector. Slight strike bezel, but it's not really pointed. I don't think it'll really do much of anything. Again, I really like the way this light feels in the hand. It's a really good size light. It is a nice pocket light. It takes an 18650 battery, and I've shown it outside when I was doing the Maglite review or another flashlight review. But you can see it's just a little bit bigger than the XL200. So it is something that you could put in a pocket and carry around. A little bit bigger, but still pocket size, especially for the power that this thing has. And I will do a comparison between that and the XL200 outside again directly so you can see. It's got the clicky switch in the back, reverse clicky. As you can see, it's orange. It's a 5-mode light, so usual high, medium, low, strobe, fast strobe, and then SOS. And the brand is SKYRAY, and probably some, it's kind of popular online as a secondary, especially on eBay. You see a lot of these secondary kind of LED brand. This light is one of my favorite lights. It's one of the first ones I'd gotten in the higher powered XML series, and it's turned out to be really, really excellent. It has a more of a cone-shaped beam, so it's not really much of a thrower, but it is really powerful, especially with a good battery. Now, I've talked about these batteries before. A lot of these are the standard kind of ones you'll find on eBay, Ultrafires that are cheaper ones, and same with these type. You can see in here the gray Ultrafires. These are actually pretty good. The ones with the gray covering, I've noticed, are better than these even though they're only 2400 milliamps. These Ultrafires, as far as the cheap ones go, actually seem to work better in my experience. I have about 8 or 9 of those. But again, all these LED lights work best with these truss fires, the ones with the flame covering. They're a little more expensive, but they are true, again, 2400 milliamp batteries. Same with the 14500 versions of these, and the little 16340s, I think, is the number on those. Let's just take a look here. 16340s. Open this one up. Let's see. Yeah, so you got the little ones, which is equivalent to your little rechargeable CR123, right? 16340. So you can see the size difference in that. These are actually the same diameter as an 18650, just about. But these also work pretty well. I have a tank TK360 light and work excellent in that light also. So these ones with the flames really work much better than any of the other lights. I try only to buy those from now on. I mean, if there's a better one out there, I haven't come across it yet. And again, for the money, you can get these from Deal Extreme or Dino Direct. Dino Direct sometimes has these a little cheaper, but with DinoDirect.com, you have to be careful because sometimes you'll find 2 of these exact batteries at 3 or 4 different prices. And if you just buy the first one you see, you could pay a couple of dollars more, and then the next day you're looking on the site and go, wait a minute, I just paid $9 for 2 18650s, and now they got it for $6.99. What's going on? So that's something to be aware of with Dino Direct. I don't know why they do that unless it's just kind of a buyer beware thing. So these are the batteries I would definitely get. And again, they do make a clear visual difference in a light. Now I have one of these in this light, and it's just about fully charged, and it really, like, you think you have a different light when you put these batteries in as opposed to the other ones. All right, so back to the light itself. Like I said, this thing is really comfortable in the hand, and I mentioned before, I love these rings here. Excellent for mounting It really keeps the light from sliding. If you're holding it, it'll still roll, but it will keep the light from sliding vertically, down very, very well. Does a really good job of that, and it makes a nice finger grip. So you're just holding it like that, and you could be, doing something, and it's not going to slide anywhere because your finger just fits right in that groove nicely. It makes it comfortable to hold, and it just about fits in the hand. And again, very, very, very intense beam on it. I got this for $18 as medium and low, and your strobe and SOS. Again, here up on the wall, high, medium, low, strobe, SOS. So not a whole lot else to say about it, other than the fact that it is really nice. It's very bright, and again, for the $18, $19, XML-T6 in there, nice white color. With a nice one of those good flame batteries, taking this thing out into the forest, and it just does a fantastic job. I don't know how it compares exactly to some of those, to your Phoenixes that you spend $90, $80, $90, $100 for, the TK 45 or anything, but those are supposed to have the same ratings. I mean, this is probably putting out 600 or 700 out the front lumens or so, maybe a little more with this kind of battery. But it is really freaking bright, man. I mean, those lights might be brighter, but it's damn good. Just to show you the inside a little bit, it does have, there are a couple of rings in there you can get a pair of pliers into, and you can take this apart and lubricate this if you have to, contact cleaner or something. Overall, the switch works pretty good. I've had these lights for many months now and play with them, and the switch works pretty nice. It does have has a drop-in in there, so if we can get in there and see that, if I can get the camera at the right angle, you can see the spring in there a little bit. So it's spring-loaded on that side also. Again, it's a XML drop-in, so if you wanted to replace that, you'd get one like from Deal Extreme, an 1,000 lumen rated drop-in. Just measure the diameter, and should be able to just pop one right in there. All right, so I have the threads lubricated. It's got basic lubrication, O-rings on that side, and it's aluminum body. But I really like the coloring on this. Is nice, that gunmetal blue. It's pretty unique. I don't have any of the light like it. I do have 2 of these lights. Actually, I have 3 of them because I like it so much. So one of these, in terms of durability, I was going for a bike ride out to the preserve, and I had this one in my pocket, and it fell out. And if you can see there's a couple of nice nicks. Fell out of my pocket while riding on my bike on a concrete road. There's another nick in there, heavy nick in there. It's actually slightly dented here, this part, slightly dented. So it hit hard on the concrete. I was doing about 15 miles per hour, and it hit hard, and I thought, oh, there goes my light. And the glass lens didn't break. It just scratched it up a little, and turned it right on, and it worked just fine. So I was really amazed. It passed the durability test right there. And again, for an $18 light, knockoff brand SKYRAY, it took a good pounding, and it held up. That was about a 5.5-foot drop on my mountain bike, from my pocket, and it bounced and it rolled and it, flipped over a couple of times and rolled on the hard concrete pavement, and still holding up. That was a number of months ago, and still works great. So we're going to take these outside. Again, they both have the high-powered, the good truss fires in them, and we'll check them out. Okay, so we're in the backyard, and we're going to try out the SKYRAY, see what it does out here. This is the one that was actually damaged and fell, and we'll see what this one can do. Turn off the headlamp. And so there you have it. And again, I've used this before in other reviews, that it didn't have a full power battery in it, but you can see I think you can even see the beam in the humidity. Yeah, you can really see what that thing is, that this thing is putting out. Again, for an $18 light, even the spill is really lighting up the backyard. There's the spill, with a brand new battery. I mean, a fully charged battery. Now there's your high. Again, the fence is 80 feet away. Actually, it's exactly 75 feet. from where I'm currently standing. And there's your medium, and there's your low. And again, your strobe and SOS everybody hates. You know, there's no way to change out of the modes or anything, the groupings, so just your standard goes around in a circle. You could change the driver if you wanted to make it into a 3-mode, or if you could find a driver that you can adjust. I think they have them on Deal Extreme, actually. To put it back on high. There it is on high again. And do the usual spots. You can check out the different distances. All right. There's a telephone pole there at about 130 feet. And there's the tree in the neighbor's front yard at about 100, same distance, maybe 120 feet to the top. And to the top's probably about 140 feet, I'd say, 150 feet. See, it's lighting up nicely. And again, it's about twice as bright as what you're seeing on the camera. But you can see that beam going right from the lens of the light. It is really cranking it out there, doing a nice job. So that's why I say this thing really is a forest killer. Not a focus beam. Again, it's more of a cone-shaped beam. So you're not going to have the throw. Again, a lot of those other lights have a really fantastic beam pattern. You know, there's a nice spot in the middle with a more diffused pattern, diffused the beam from the hot spot. This is not quite that way. It's a ring, just a circular ring beam, and then it has a good spill around it, as you can see. It's lighting up things really nice. All right, so that's the damaged one. And again, these things, you buy different ones. Sometimes they'll have a different beam pattern. One will be a little bit of a thrower than another. Not exactly 100% consistent in the beam quality. But again, for $18, excuse me, if you're looking for a nice, really bright light, 18650 type light, you don't want to spend $70, $80, or $100 to $200 on a light. You want something that's kind of also nice and small. It's very pocket size, real comfortable in the hand, and something that look how bright that is. That's really bright. Again, for an $18 light, this thing is really like a beautiful spotlight. It's a nice color. It's a nice white color for the XML. It's a nice XML in here, T6, and it's probably putting out again 600-700 lumens out the front. It's got to be putting out close to that, because this thing is really just amazing. I really am amazed at it. And again, there's medium, low, and strobe and SOS everybody hates. Once again, we'll take this one over here. I think this one's a little brighter than the other one, and it's not because it was dropped. It was that way previously. Here's the neighbor's tree again. See, this one looks like it's a little more intense. I don't know if that's just the color, slight difference in the color in the XML, but definitely awesome. That's why this is one of my favorite lights. For the amount of, the fact that it's pocket size, let's turn it down to save the battery. Even though these batteries do last a long time, for the size and cost of this light, the amount of light that you get out of it, it is really amazing. All right, I'm down here at the other end now, and just to show you some different angles. All right, put it back on high, and there it's hitting all the houses on high. You can see how well it's lighting up everything fantastically. Again, does just as well out in the forest. Really gives you a fantastic distance. Almost hits the top of the school chimney there, about 250 to 300 feet away. But again, it's not much of a spot beam. It's got that cone-shaped beam, so it is going to light up a wide area for you. If you're looking for a nice, more of a flood beam, that's very intense, and a nice compact handheld light, this would be a great one to pick if you're not looking to spend a lot of money. You're just kind of an average. You love flashlights, but you don't either have or want to constantly buy the excellent Phoenixes or Clarises or Eagle Tacs or Olights or what have you. These are great alternatives. These sun rays do a nice job. Again, I got this from eBay. I haven't seen these 1,000 lumen rated ones. I think there's one on CN Quality Goods, and let's just show you, as I mentioned, let's do a comparison between the XL200. All right, the XL200, and I put, as you can see, I put some duct tape on here. I did it more of as an experiment because this light is very smooth. It's a smooth body light, and it's really a pain. It tends to slide out of your hand. So I originally put one back here, and this one in the back is flush with these raised ridges just about.